It's been taken care of, and
That's that retaining wall at St. Landry Church where they put like a 911 memorial.
yeah, about almost 10 years ago, and it had faded pretty badly. And here's Father Brady right here.
Father Brady was there, and of
there.
course Dwayne Jobert, who's our I guess you'd call him our deacon in training, was helping head up the project with a lot of the altar servers as well from St. Landry Church. So
And
thank you.
there was a very nice article about, let's see, Miss Irene Chavis was born in Grand Coteau to Alcide and Cecilia Little Lewis, the 10th child of 19 children.
Wow.
Boy, if you don't hear about that anymore. You just don't hear about it anymore. At the age of 19, she married, and she made 100 years.
No kidding.
And of course, Freddie Herpin
Same age as Fort Barry.
Yeah, that's right. And she, of course, it still looks that picture was, and the text is by Freddie Herpin, our dear, dear friend Freddie Herpin.
Sunday, September 25th, 2 p.m. at Nunu's in Arnaville. That's those Singleton barns there on the right, the old Singleton Lumber Building. Go by for $5. You can go hear some music. It's going to be Christy Guillory and Anya Burgess will both be playing their good fiddle music and accordion music. It should be excellent.
And history of LeBeau, that was last weekend, the Imperial St. Landry Genealogical and Historical Society had them meeting, and Miss Agatha Bush helped compile a history of the small community for the 100th birthday of the local Immaculate Conception Catholic Church of LeBeau. That was back in 1997, and she continues to improve and find out more information.
A lot of people don't realize LeBeau is named after the first priest there, Father LeBeau, at the church.
And I had never heard that before, so very interesting article. And of course, my Chemistry 101 professor at SLI back in 1955, Miss Estelle Perrault, still very, very active in the community. And of course, she's the president of our local historical group.
How about this over at the Visitor Information Center that's right there at exit 23 again, or 549. They're going to show a movie Saturday, September 17th. That's this Saturday, 1 p.m. If you go by, it's called Queen of the Sun, What the Bees Are Telling Us. It's a documentary about bees. You've seen this thing about some of the bees are dying off and what you can do maybe to help save the bees and do things in your own community to help out. It's going to be an interesting movie all about it. You can call 948-8004 if you want to find out more information. It's a free screening. Go by.
Recently, Miss Noreen Martinez, the wife of Dr. Joe Martinez, formerly of Opelousas, now living at Sycamore Point. And of course, I saw Noreen and Dr. Joe pass in front of our place. If you were at the place, they are Dr. Joe and Noreen very active in the yacht club there, and goes by in the morning and goes back and checks on it in the afternoon. There was a private gravesite services held on Saturday, September the 12th. The last time I was there, I learned that Miss Noreen was failed in health, and hospice had been called in, and so we want to offer our deepest sympathies. They all were good. She was a good friend, and of course, Dr. Joe is known by everybody on the point. Marcia Lynn Seaman, and it shows here Birmingham, Alabama, age 53. She's living there now, but she's the daughter of Paul and Colleen Jones. Paul Jones, the Allstate agent here in Opelousas.
She passed away then.
That's correct. She passed away. Another one that passed away was Sam Vidrine. And when I saw that picture there, I said,
see the family resemblance.
I see the family resemblance. That's almost got to be Winton LaFleur Vidrine's family. And sure enough, that's Winton's brother. His services were held this past Monday, September the 12th. And that's over in Ville Platte. I was taking care of some business over at John S. Dowling with Larry Longclaw, and he commented that he had gone to the wake and all of the family was there. And of course, Ronald Vidrine of Plaisance owns a little store there. He's a brother, and Hubert Vidrine Jr. is a brother. And a pretty large family. My deepest sympathies. Another person that I didn't know he lives over in the Washington area, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm speaking of James, better known as Bill Desertel, age 80. Our deepest sympathies. And another local young lady, age 63, Judy Marie Young, well known in the Port Barre community. Her brother is Toby Young of Port Barre, and her sister is Emma Jane, which nobody knows about Emma Jane, I don't think, but they know about Butch Lonclo. She's the wife of former George Lee Lonclo, our good friend and fellow worker for a number of years with the company. And I noticed here her niece, Peggy Smith, worked for us when she was a youngster coming through. I think she was still in high school when she worked for us.
Nephew would be brother.
Brother Smith. I don't think he worked for us, but another nephew would be George Buster Lonclo, and of course his wife Charlotte takes care of my personal banking over at Tesh Federal here, along with Tina Vidrine. So, little bitty world, deeper sympathies. We won't have time to run the names of everybody, but our sympathies on these recent deaths.
How about this weekend, Saturday? If you're watching the show on Saturday, you can see the replay of Port Barre at Beauchene. They're having the football game this Friday night over there on Prairie Boss.
Ooh, that's going to be a big game.
That's kind of the old Port Barre Sunset rivalry, because that's all those kids. That's where they go now. But we'll have a replay of it at 3 p.m. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, or you want to record it because the grandkids or the kids are on the TV, watch us at 3 p.m. on KDCG.
At 87, Weight Watchers founder still works to keep the pounds off. In other words, don't give up. You can't ever quit, because the time you quit, all that weight's coming right back on you.
Westbound this weekend, if you're going to New Orleans or Baton Rouge, I know LSU's not playing, maybe you're coming back from Mississippi. Don't forget, 190 is closed again. You can't go west on 190 when you get to Livonia. You got to come back through Lafayette if you're coming back from that way.
The St. Landry solid waste area over at Beggs over there, they're going to have a new plant will convert landfill gases into fuel for its trucks. The executive director, Mr. Catron Martin, who we both know, is really going to start something new here. And of course, they've been having it flared, and so instead of just letting it, now they're going to capture it and use it on that equipment on the yard there, and could save the parish quite a bit of money.
And it wasn't uncommon. 100 years ago, some of these houses, they had a little contraption near the what's the word I'm looking for? Septic tank, I guess, in the backyard, where we capture some of the methane gases. They use that just for like a light bulb in your shop or light bulb on your back porch.
State troopers are emphasizing trailer safety, and of course the thing that I noticed the most about pulling trailers, any type of trailer, is continually having good lighting on the trailers. And you can start off leaving and all your lights are working. You check them before you drive off, and you go 10 miles and you check them again, and there could be one of them or two of them.
And that wire comes undone.
Wire comes undone, a bulb bounces loose. So what they're saying is please watch it, because they're going to be out there probably ticketing a little bit.
That's right.
So they don't want to ticket you. They just want to remind you to be safe.
I got them both, Mark, already.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
All right. And you have any more? You have all
I'm fine. I'm covered, buddy.
Okay.
4 minutes left.
We had talked about Reverend Chris Andrews, a longtime pastor of First United Methodist in Baton Rouge. He was formerly here in Opelousas as the minister at the Methodist Church here. And in fact, they had our Boy Scout troop. That's where I went to my Boy Scout meetings, right in the back of that big, beautiful church that is well maintained, I might add. Well, he had talked about retiring. Then he came out of retirement. Well, he must have found that it was probably more work than he could probably handle. So he's stepping down again over in Baton Rouge.
Very well thought of in Baton Rouge.
Oh,
I know a lot of people talk highly of him.
And here in Opelousas also. So if you have a chance, give him a call. I know many of you still in contact with him. Please tell him that we wish him nothing but success in his retirement. This is a beautiful story right here that you might want to read up a little bit on. What do I have? Mike the Tiger. Student caretakers tend to LSU mascot. He is living in a facility that cost how many millions dollars?
It was a lot, and they raised it. Not, the university didn't spend a nickel on it. They asked the individuals, the students, and people that wanted to support it, to donate all the money to handle it. It's a beautiful. $3 million. $3 million is the number.
$3 million habitat built from contributions by fans and alumni.
I went this past weekend and looked at it up close.
Yep,
beautiful.
That's why I wanted you to mention that. How about the Schumacher Group, which actually, I guess you could say, got its start right here in Opelousas. Dr. Kip Schumacher has a huge ER unit that they provide ER services at hospitals throughout the South. So he is going to create a $19 million investment, and it should create 600 jobs. How about that? Keep up the good work, Kip.
The article you handed me is something I read about recently too. The Arizona Petrified Forest, which I've been to before. If you've ever gone to the Grand Canyon area, you may have gone to the Petrified Forest while you were in Arizona. They've just added another 26,000 acres to the Petrified Forest. It's not a forest like the trees standing up, but what it is a whole bunch of these trees that became petrified over the years. Erosion has happened, and now you can see all these rocks that were trees, and they look like a tree is a tree limb. You can see where it was petrified. But adding this 26,000 acres is going to allow scientists to go and explore even more over there. So it's pretty cool.
Look at these beautiful redfish here.
That ain't bad.
Unbelievable. And these people caught these redfish fishing in kayaks. Kayaks.
There you go.
They were fishing the day before a tournament. They actually have a tournament for these.
Fishing on kayaks.
And that's
huge.
light line is what they use.
And that little kayak, that's easy to flip.
And let's see here.
Matter of fact, when you learn how to kayak, you learn how to flip all the way. They teach you to.
All three of them weighed more than 25 pounds. Can you imagine what? I got to keep this and give this
tasted good.
to give to Noel and Blue, my buddies over in the New Orleans area.
And we're down to a minute. I don't know what else you want to cover.
Well,
we want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget you can see us again on Friday mornings at 7. And you can see us on Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at 2. And on the internet, we're archived or live. So if you want to go watch the last 3 weeks worth of shows, they're sitting out there on kdcg.com. You can watch them. Comes through YouTube. You can watch it on your cell phone.
And each week when we close the program, we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. And we kind of leave you with a little thought. Well, this is a real short one this particular day, September the 15th. Heavenly Father, increase my faith. 5 words, but strong, strong words. Thank you for viewing. Tell a friend. And please help our sponsors if you possibly can. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.